Right guys, my name is Jonathan, also known as Ellerskins, the DJ Tutor. I'd now like to show you what you have in front of you. You have directly in front of you an industry standard DJ mixer that you will find in pretty much every single super club around the world. To the right and the left of the mixer, you have what's known as the CDJ players. And again, these are industry standard around the world. And pretty much you will always find the three together. What I'd like you to do now is click on any widget above either the mixer in front of you or one of the CD players, and as soon as you click on there you will get information on the area highlighted. On your DJ mixer you have right at the bottom, dead center, something called the crossfade. You can move the crossfade from the right or to the left, or you can also leave it in the middle. This is how it works in a very simple way of explaining. Let's imagine you have channel 4 up for the right hand CD player and you have channel 1 up for the left hand CD player. If your crossfade is engaged and you have the crossfade in the center position, both sides can be heard at the same time. Alternatively, if you move your crossfade to the right, now only channel 4 can be heard, but not channel 1. Slowly then, let's imagine you move the crossfade over to the other side. While you're doing this, you can still hear channel 4, but slowly you'll start to hear channel 1 until you move the crossfade all the way as far as it can go to the left-hand side. And now you can only hear channel 1. So you can do this in a slow motion or you can do it fast. Some club DJs will use the crossfade and move it slowly to form a good smooth transition. Alternatively, some scratch turntablist DJs will move the crossfade quite fast to get a good snappy sound. On the bottom right hand side of the CD player, we have what's known as the pitch control, and directly in the center of the pitch control we have the slider. If you move the slider away from you to the minus position, that will make the speed of the track that you're playing slow down. If you bring it towards you, it will make the speed of the track start to go faster. So center point is the exact speed that the producer made the track originally in the studio. Move the pitch fader, the slider, away from you to the minus position, you'll slow it down all the way up to the top and you will speed it up. The more you move it down, the slower it will go. The more you move it up, the faster it will go. Bottom left hand corner of the mixer, you have your headphone area. There's a small plug where you will place your headphone socket into. This can either be a 1/4 inch jack or a mini jack, the sort of jack plug you would put into a mobile phone. Above there you have your level control. This is also a volume control. If the level control, the volume control, is set to 7 o'clock, this means that there will be no volume coming through your headphones, even if music is playing and the audio is coming through the PA. If that level is set to 7, you won't get any volume through your headphones, and it's always advisable to make sure the level is set to 7 o'clock even before you put your headphones on, because if it's set any higher and you put your headphones on, it could be very loud and damage your ears. So as follows, this is the best procedure. Plug your headphones in, put your headphones on. Once your headphones are on, slowly move the dial in a clockwise motion, and slowly but surely the volume of your headphones will start to get louder and you'll be able to hear some music. Above the level dial for your headphones, you have the mixing dial. When the mixing dial is set to the Q position, and let's say for example the headphone level is set at an audible level so you can hear some music, with the mixing dial set to Q, you will only hear the music that you have queued up on either channel 1, 2, 3 or 4. But if you turn the mixing dial clockwise, slowly as you turn that dial, you will start to hear not only the track or tracks that you have queued up using the cue buttons on the mixer, but you will also be able to hear whatever is being played through the main PA. So the more you turn that dial, the more you will be able to hear the entire mix instead of just hearing the track that you've queued up. At the top of your CDJ player, you have the screen area. This is the part of the CD player that will give you all the information you need. For example, the BPM, the time you have of the entire track, maybe while the track's playing, the time you have left in the track. Also, it will give you the key of the track. It will also give you a wave format of the track, and it will give you title and artist and genre. But that's all depending on how you have tagged your files. Just below where you place your SD card, you have some buttons with hot cue. Now, while the track is playing, if you press any one of those hot cues at any given time while the track is playing, you will form a new hot cue where you pressed that hot cue. So for example, at the beginning of a phrase, at the beginning of the vocals, at the beginning of the bass line, and you can set quite a few hot cues. Once you've pressed that button, then that will set the hot cue. When you press it again, the track will jump back to that hot cue wherever it is in the track. Let's have a look at loading some music. On the CD player, you can load music in many ways. Firstly, you can load music by placing a CD in the front of the CD player. Alternatively, top left-hand side, you can either play music via a USB, also known as a thumb drive. Alternatively, below that, you have a little compartment where you can place your SD card. Let's have a look top left-hand corner at the microphone level volume. On this mixer, you can place in the back of the mixer 2 separate microphone inputs. This is really important. Before even using the microphone, you need to make sure that the levels are set to 0, which is the 7 o'clock position. Also, make sure that the button that will turn the microphone on is set to the off position, which is at the left-hand side. The middle is on and the right is talk over. Let's first of all set up the microphone. Plug your microphone in, make sure the levels are at 7 o'clock, and make sure the switch is set to the off position. Now, what I want you to do is place the switch to on. Depending on if you've plugged into in the center of the mixer, we have 5 buttons with Q. If you press one of those buttons and it becomes highlighted in amber, you're now able to listen to that channel, so long as, of course, there's music playing through it, through your headphones. The beauty about Q is very simple. Let's imagine we have the right-hand CD player through channel 4, the left-hand CD player through channel 1. And let's also imagine that the right-hand volume is up and the people, the public dancing, are listening to a track from the right-hand CD player through channel 4. If you then press the Q button on channel 1 with the volume down, and you have your headphones on and you have the level headphone dial set so you can hear music through your headphones, you and only you will be able to hear the music from channel 1. The public won't. Alternatively, as you start to move the volume up on channel 1, with the Q button still highlighted in amber, you, of course, will still be able to hear that channel, that music being played through channel 1, but so too will members of the public. At any given time, you can press just one of the Q buttons, or 2, 3, or 4. Alternatively, there's a Q button on the master volume. By pressing that, you're now able to hear exactly what the public are listening to as well. On the right hand side of the mixer, we have the effects area. Let's start bottom right. The first thing you'll see right at the bottom right hand corner is a circle. When that's highlighted, that means that the effect you're using has been engaged. Above there, we have the level depth dial. Generally, DJs tend to keep that at 12 o'clock, meaning that the effect, A, will not overpower the music, and B, you'll be able to hear the effect in the music. Above that is time. Now, this will allow you to set the time that you want the effect to be in relation to the track. So, for example, if you want the time of your effect to be in the exact time signature of the track, for example, the track is playing at 120 BPM, then the time dial will allow you to adjust your effect so it matches the exact time signature, the exact timing of the track that's playing. Above there, we have a switch that will let you choose the channel that you want the effect to be on. So, for example, 1 is channel 1. Switch to 2, the effect will now be on channel 2. 3, channel 3. 4, channel 4. You can also set the effect to the master output. That means that even if you've got 2, 3, or 4 channels up, 4 turntables, 3 or 2, no matter what, the effect will be over whatever channel is up. For example, if you have channel 1 and 2 up, the effect will be on channel 1 and 2. If you have channel 1 up, 3 and 4, the effect that you've chosen will be on 1, 3 and 4. Above the effect selection dial, we have the effects dial itself. By turning this dial clockwise or anti-clockwise, we can choose the desired effect. On the left-hand side of the CD player, in the middle, we have what are known as the sound color effects. These can be engaged very simply by pressing one of the effects, and then directly to the right of them, below the low frequency dial on each of the channels, we have the sound color effect dial. Ideally, these need to be set to 12 o'clock. Once set at 12 o'clock, even if one of the sound color effects is engaged, no effect will be able to be heard. What you need to do is, with 2 of your fingers, turn the dial that you want the effect to take place over, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. The more you turn the dial, the more you will be able to hear that effect.
All right, guys, Jonathan Elliskins, the DJ Tutor here. I'm going to show you how we can drop the track in at the right place. But of course, we've got to wait for the drop. And we do that by counting bars and phrases. Let's put the volume up on the left-hand deck and let's press play. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do is wait for a change in the track. As soon as I hear that change, I'm going to start counting like this. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Have a listen. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3. There. That's another change. These are phrases in the track. So what I'm going to do, as soon as this phrase is finished, I'm going to drop in the right-hand turntable. I've set sync, we're good to go. I'm going to put the volume up on the right-hand deck. As soon as we get to the drop, I'm going to press play on the right-hand deck. Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bang, straight in there. That is the drop. Let's bring down the left-hand deck. So now we're mostly listening to the right-hand deck, and we've got the left-hand deck playing as well. Practice and enjoy. All right, guys, Jonathan Elliskins, the DJ Tutor here. Let me show you a good way of using the effects. I have the filter effect engaged. I'm going to place my hand over the filter and move it slowly. Of course, you can use the filter and move it as fast as you want, but you'll find that by moving the filter in time with the track, you get a far better effect. This time, I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. Biggie said the other had to match. Practice and enjoy. Okay, cool. Hi guys, my name's Jonathan Elliskins, the DJ Tutor. I'm going to show you how to do a very basic mix. Let's go right back to the beginning. Take a track from the crate and drop it on the top of the turntable. I'm going to take the same track and drop that on the top of the turntable as well. As soon as I press play on either the left or the right, but for this demonstration, we'll just go to the left. I'm going to start counting, but I'm going to count like this. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to carry on counting like that till I get to number 8. But when I get to number 8, I'm not going to go to 9. I'm going to start counting number 1 again. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. As soon as I get to number 1, I'm going to press play on the other turntable. My left turntable is the turntable I'm going to start with. My right turntable is the deck I'm going to bring in to the mix. But I've also made sure I've pressed sync on the right-hand side. That will guarantee that if I'm slightly too early or too late hitting that play pause button, the track will snap into time. Let's press play on the left-hand deck. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we've got 2 decks rolling together. They're in time. I'm now going to move the crossfade from the middle to the right, back into the middle, and to the left. Here we go.
to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had to. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had to have to match. We call them
So what's happening?
You know, Biggie said he
Two
had to have
tracks
to match.
up in time, but also in front.
You know, Biggie said, you know,
To the middle. Let's move the fader, crossfade to the
we call them
right-hand side.
lumberjacks. You know, Biggie
Now we
said
can
he
only
had to
hear
have
the
to
right-hand
match.
side.
We call them
All right,
lumberjacks.
very
You know,
basic
Biggie said he had to have to
demonstration
match. We
tutorial
call them
on
lumberjacks.
beat
You know,
mixing
Biggie said, you
in
know,
time,
you know, Biggie said,
using
you know,
bars,
Biggie said,
also
Biggie said, you know,
using
Biggie said,
sync
you know,
up,
Biggie said,
practicing
you know,
doing.
Biggie said, you know, Biggie said.
All right, guys, Jonathan Elliskins here, the DJ Tutor. Yeah, we're in VR, and I'm going to show you. All right, guys, Jonathan, aka Elliskins, the DJ Tutor here. In this video, I'm going to show you how we can utilize the new headphone feature with this app that's just like crazy, really. If you like DJing, stick around. All right, so first of all, you want to monitor. You want to monitor your track. You want to hear the track you're bringing into the mix. So let's imagine you have the left deck playing, the volume's up, but you want to hear the right deck through your headphones. First of all, let's play a track. So I'm going to press play on the right-hand deck. On my mixer, I'm going to press the Q button. And now we have this headphone icon here. Now, the headphone icon is, of course, right and left. Now, let's imagine I queue up and I use my right ear to monitor my sound. All I need to do is bring my hand up to my right ear and click.
We call
There
them
we go.
lumberjacks.
Not only
You know,
that,
Biggie said he had to have to match. We call them
the
lumberjacks.
headphone icon,
You know, Biggie
right
said,
headphone, is highlighted. Let's imagine we want both sides. All I have to do is click to my left. There we go. And now let's take away the right
Biggie
side,
said he had to have to match.
click. And now let's take away the left side, click. There you go. So that's how you can monitor. Bearing in mind, you can do that with either deck. So you can monitor your left deck with your right ear, or your left ear, or both, and your right deck with your right ear, or your left ear, or both. I hope that's a help. Practice and enjoy. All right, Ozan, Jonathan here.
Hey.
What I'd like to show you today is what it sounds like with two tracks in beat, but then also two tracks out of beat. All right, guys, Jonathan Elliskins, the DJ Tutor here. I'm going to show you now how to do a bass swap. At the moment, we have the left deck playing. I've also taken the right deck and I've turned the bass down to the 7 o'clock position. When I'm ready, I'm going to press play on the right-hand deck. I'm going to slowly move the crossfade to the center position. And then when it's in the center position, I'm going to highlight over the right turntable bass and the left turntable bass. At the moment, the left is at 12, the right is at 7 o'clock. And I'm going to turn the right bass. All right, Ozan, Jonathan here.
Hey.
What I'd like to show you today is
All right, it's good. All right, let's do this. All right, so Squigs, hello, man.
What's up, dude?
I wanted to ask you how you heard about Tribe and what brought you here.
Back about
Do it.
3 years ago, I started DJing. One of the first people that I started watching on YouTube was actually this content creator and tutorial and maker and awesome DJ that goes by the name of Elliskins. And
Yeah,
you know,
did the same thing. I did the same thing. I also watched Elliskins. I also checked out those videos, and that's kind of how I got into it. So
heck yeah.
the same thing.
I had to focus on my full-time job and you know, really kind of just some real life stuff, and I had to put it down, and that was something I never really wanted to do. And the thing is, the thought of DJing never ever ever left me. You know, I always wanted to pick the mixer back up and start getting back into it, start practicing again. And
Yeah, it's a little bit like falling in love. You just can't let go that easily. It seems like, a lot of what this is about is doing a little bit of both, being able to take care of, all the life stuff, but then also continue, this journey.
everything's aligning, everything's making sense. You know, get back into it.
Cayenne, a little
Oh
bit of
yeah,
curry.
this is what I call the wobble sauce right there. You know,
This is
any
the
any
wobble
of those
sauce. That's a good
low
one.
end wobbles, we're gonna boost that
Uh-huh.
up.
The wobble sauce. That sounds like really cool, and I guess sort of laying the groundwork. Curious to what you plan on doing in your next lesson. Is there something you want to focus on?
Next lesson,
I'm Elisa, you can call me DJ Budgie Beats, and I'm planning to learn to DJ in VR. So I'm a super big lo-fi hip-hop fan, so like Ginseng and Nujabes and a bunch of smaller artists that I can't remember the names of right now, but they're super dope. So there's something really magical about being in a crowd, a DJ on the stage, and everyone.
All right, guys, Jonathan Elliskins, the DJ tutor here. So what is the downbeat? The downbeat is that kick, that boom sound you hear, that boom, boom, boom. That is the downbeat. Let me give you a demo. All right, guys, Biggie Says is loaded up. Every time I hear that downbeat, you'll hear me go boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. That's the downbeat. All right, it's your turn now to call out the boom, boom, boom on the downbeat. I want you to press play over there, and as soon as you hear that downbeat, count. Boom, 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 boom. Yay! Congratulations. Well done. The next lesson is about counting the beats. Good on you. All right, guys, lesson number 2. This is an introduction into counting beats. Now, in lesson 1, we counted boom, boom, boom. All right, guys, this is lesson number 4. And in lesson number 4, we're going to look at phrasing. Now, what is phrasing? Phrasing is a group of bars in a track. It may be 4 bars or it may be 8 bars. But that is what we call a phrase in a track. And also, you can understand a phrase in a track by maybe hearing a slight change in the music. Let's give it a demo. All right, like all of the other demos, we've got Biggie Says on this deck. Now, I'm not only going to count the bars, but I'm also going to count how many bars are in the first phrase of the track. What I'm listening for is a change in the music. As soon as I hear a change, I am going to have counted either 4, 8, or 16 bars. Most music is structured in groups of 4, 8, or 16. Let's see how many bars we have in Biggie Says before we get a change in the track. Let's press play and let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. There you go. We've got a bass line and we had 8 bars and then we had a change. That 8 bars is our first phrase in Biggie Says. All right, it's your turn now to count the phrases. Biggie Says is here on deck 1. As soon as you hear that downbeat, start counting like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4.
You're my river running high, run deep, run wide. I follow you deep sea, baby. I follow you, I follow you downtown, honey. I follow you, I follow you deep sea, baby. I follow you. Tu m'as promis. Et je t'ai cru. Tu m'as promis le cheval ailé que j'ai jamais vu. Tu m'as promis le feu d'Orient, mais tu l'as coupé. Tu m'as promis le nom des Mozart, pas du cacassé. Tu m'as promis d'être t'oranger pour cette tramallée. Tu m'as promis. Et je t'ai cru. Tu es fou. Tu es fou. Je ne sais pas ce qui se passe, mais je sais pourquoi on m'appelle Mademoiselle Pas de Chance. Tu m'as promis, tu m'as promis, tu m'as promis, tu es fou. Tu es fou. Tu m'as promis. Tu es foutu. Once again.